Hello everyone. Hello, good morning. It is me on a Saturday. Yes, it's been a long time. I know you guys missed me. So today it's gonna be a quick video. So about something that I've been thinking about, why teenagers who are born into Christian homes, all of a sudden they decide not to go to their parents' church. I'm wondering what's going on, because I've looked back. You know, a lot of children, a lot of teenagers, once they get to certain age, 18 years, or they are working, they don't want to they are working, they started making their own money, they decide to leave the home, and from leaving the home they do not want to go to their parents' church. So now I'm wondering what's going on. And, children who are born into this church, or children who their parents brought into this church, and their parents are maybe ministers of the church, serving, and their children have been following them to church, and all of a sudden they just do not want to go to that same church with their parents. They decide to go to church somewhere, with their friends, or they choose somewhere else. And some of them, what they do, and some of these teenagers, what they do, once they get to a certain age, maybe 18, 19, they decide to go to college far away from home, so that they won't be bothered going to the same church. Because I have interviewed some of the teenagers, so they came up with stuff, that I want to share this morning. Yes, it's been is something most parents talk about also, but they do not know why their children, their teenagers, all of a sudden they do not want to go to the same church with them. And church members are asking, where is your child? Where is your son? Where are your teenagers? Where are your, teenagers? They don't go to church with you no more. What's going on? Let me tell you, most parents don't even know these reasons that I'm going to share this morning. So this is like an eye-opener. Please, if you're online, please join me this morning, or you can catch a replay. This is something that you do not want to miss. Yes, I I work with teenagers within the week. I have group of teenagers that I talk to within the week. They take me as their mentor. So we talk. We talk. So I'm here to share these reasons why they leave home, just so that they won't continue going to the same church with their parents. Okay, so if you're online, please join me so that we talk about this. And if there's any reason that you think I missed, please feel free, put it on the comment box, and we talk about them. Okay, this is to save the next generation. This is to save the society, because the devil knows these reasons, right? So the devil is reminding the children, reminding our teenagers, reminding them, that, hey, remember you said when you get to 18 years, and when you find a job, you're gonna move out, and don't tell your parents these are your reasons, because they will battle it. Okay, so the reason number one, and this is the biggest reason that I know. Yes, parents, you're a Christian, you go to church, right? Yes, you go to church, you're a minister, you're a pastor, you're this and that. So the first reason I've come to conclude that it is why your teenager, have decided to leave home. Okay, yes, is because you and your husband, or you are on the phone, or you and your friend in church discuss about matters that happen in church. Please, let things that happen in church remain in the church. Okay? Yes, be mature about it. The Bible says offense must surely come. If you go to church, or from time to time, things will happen in church that you do not like. You will not like things that happen in your church from January to February. It is not anybody that says, oh, I like my church, everything that happened there from January to February, Monday to Sunday is all right. Yeah, there are things that happen in church. Sometimes you decide not to talk about them. Yes, that's the best way to handle them. Okay, if you really want to talk about things that you do not like, happening in your church, I will always suggest, you go into the room, don't talk about them in the car while you are driving home or while you are going to church. When your children are in the car, don't talk about the ills that happen in your church. Okay, when your children or your child, your son, your daughter is in the car, it is not healthy. I'm telling you, I repeat again, it is not healthy, because the children, they may not contribute into your discussion, right? You are talking about, oh, sister this, brother this, did that, brother that, sister that one, and they are in the back, right? They are riding with you. Maybe your child might be beside you or in the back. They will look like they are doing their body gestures. They will not say anything because you ask them, oh, are you listening to my discussion? Or you will discover that they are paying attention. Yes, they are listening. Their ears are open. They are seeing you talking about this church member, this pastor, this one, how they are bad, how they are this one, how this one and that one. I will never go to that church, blah, 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 blah. And you finish talking about them, you will not go to that church anymore. Your children are paying attention. So your children, you tell them, oh, the next day say, oh, let's go to church. They are following you like a sheep, right? Your children, as young as they are paying attention to the discussions you are making about what went wrong at church, right? They are following you to church because if they say no, they're still underage, right? They will follow you to church. But when they get to certain age, they cannot wait. You understand? When they get to certain age, they have all these excuses, especially teenagers. They have excuses. Some of them will come up, mommy, my period just came out. I don't want to go to church today. They put their hands on their belly and say they are, sick. What will you do? As a mother, you'll be like, oh, I sing in the choir, I minister, I'm gonna do opening prayer, I'm gonna do the last prayer, I can't, you can stay home by yourself. You let your child, stay home. Yes, they will be coming up with excuses why they do not want to go to church. And you might think they are genuine. No, because you're busy. You and your husband or yourself and your friends, talk about, this person happened, this one happened at church, and when you're talking about them, yeah, they are paying attention. Like to them, even me too, I will say, I don't even want to go there. You're going to pick up a sister or a brother, you talk about how they are bad. I will not let my children eat from them because I think they will poison them. And you are talking about a fellow sister or a fellow brother saying they're going to poison your child, and you say stuff about your child. Guess what? When your child comes to church, this child is looking at that sister and that brother. Ooh, wow, he's coming close to me. He's bad. He's gonna poison me. When there is food in church, they are being careful not to eat from that sister or that brother that my mom or their dad gossiped about. You understand? So they're being careful. They may not say anything. And you parents that would always, when you know that you gossip about church members, you go behind and tell your children, oh, whatever that happens at home stays at home. Don't even, when you see that sister, act like you didn't hear what I said about her. I see this a lot. Children will see you and they will start behaving somehow. Parents, be careful. This is because you are indirectly digging, you are digging a hole and you are expecting your children to fall into them. Don't do that, okay? Your children are paying attention. You don't want to mess your children up. This is a whole generation you are messing up. Let me tell you, this is a whole generation, right? You can give your children advice. I'm not against that. Unbiased, okay? Not, oh, see this sister, and the sister, because you and this sister, you think maybe the sister told you the truth at church, and in church, and you didn't, all of a sudden you didn't like this sister no more, or that brother, and now you have picked this sister as an enemy. But when you see the sister in church, sister Elizabeth, you give that sister a hug, and you stand to talk with this sister, and your children are behind you or beside you looking at you like, wow, my mom is a hypocrite, my dad is a hypocrite, wow, they just talked bad nonsense about them, and they see the sister, you are sowing bad seed in your children. They know that even you as a parent, you are not supposed to be talking ills about church members. You're talking about them. You talked about them at home or in the car. Your children heard you. And the next moment when you see this person that you discussed about, and you are, being fake to them, your children know that you're being fake. Hey, you have to be careful, because your children are paying attention. We are praying, God, my children will serve you. My children will serve you. My children will not follow the word. You are indirectly pushing your children to the world. I'm telling you, when your children compare what is going on in the world and what you are saying, the bad things you are talking about church members, I am telling you, you are pushing them away from the church, not knowing. So now this is a video to bring to your knowledge that you need to stop. It is high time you stop. I'm telling you, you better stop. You are messing these children up. So another child will say, oh, and my mom said not to eat from you. Sometimes children will be honest to come tell their teacher or come tell that person. Maybe the person is the one that serves food at church, right? My mom said not to eat from you. Okay? You are hurting somebody, and you claim you are a servant in the house of God. Your reward, whatever you're doing in church, will be unrewardable. Remember, the seed that you're sowing, God will reward you. I'm telling you, you are messing your children up. Let me tell you that, okay? So if you're wondering, or you are scared, when my child gets 18, I see a lot of children, a lot of teenagers, when they get to a certain age, they leave home and they do not want to return. Yes, a lot of them, when they leave home, they don't want to return back. They give excuses. Mommy, school is busy, school is this, school is that. They don't want to return home, because they know when they return home, all you do is talk about the church. You talk about bad things that happen in church. You talk about bad things that happen in church. You don't see the good part that happen in church. Discuss the good parts. Discuss the miracle. Discuss the word of God that Pastor preached today. Wow, today Pastor preached powerfully. Oh my God, today's word was ooh. Sometimes you talk about the word, okay? Especially my church. My church, teach. Oh my God, Winners Chapel is a worded church. Let me tell you. So if you don't have a church to go to, you can come to my church. Winners Chapel is a worded church. So whatever that is being preached in the main church, in the big church, is being preached in your children's church. So if you are scared of the church where you go to, or you don't know what they are teaching them in the children's church, yes, my church teaches faith. My church teaches the unadulterated word of God. Let me not talk about church right now. So, but I'm saying, if you are that parent that talk about, the ills that happen in the church, let me tell you, things will be happening in the church. From January to February, you will not totally like your church. I'm telling you, there are things that you see in church. If you want to talk about them with your husband, please, I advise, talk about them when you guys are in your room. Okay, daddy and mommy's room. Talk about them privately, and decide a way to forgive this person and let go. But when you see this person, you are having, you are kind of behaving fake to that person, your children are paying attention. The result will pay. You will reap what you are sowing, because when they get to a certain age, they do not want to come back home. Not even they will not join you to come to that church. They will run away from home. And when they go to college or go to the university, they don't want to come back home at all. They only call you on phone to check on you, but they will follow strange women. They will follow strange women. So your prayer, God, my children will serve you, it will be of no effect. It will not work. I'm telling you, this is God that we're playing with. You can't play with God. God gave you these children to nurture them well. God gave you these children to nurture them very well, not for you to mess your children up. So avoid discussing the ills that happen in your church around your children. Hey, you will not like everything that happened in your church. Oh, I'm telling you, please. Yes, I work with children. I know what these children talk about. They tell me about, stuff. Sometimes I refuse to, discuss with their parents. But inside me, I'm like, wow. This parent or these parents don't know that they are messing their children's head up. I'm telling you, yes, you want your children to love God like you've been praying. God, my children will serve you. My children, you speak in tongue, you kabash and kabosh. If you are messing them up with the wrongs that go on in church, they will not serve God. I'm telling you, they will hate God. They will curse God. They will rather curse God than die. And that is gonna fall on you as the parent. God gave you these children to nurture them in the fear of God, not in the fear of man. I'm telling you, this is really, really bothering me so much. So when you are busy sowing, backseed in your children, when you see that sister, don't talk to her. She might poison you. Don't eat any cookie from her. Look at her. She is evil. She's evil because she told you the truth in church. Now you want to avoid her. If you want to make enemy, hey, I'm not telling you not to make no enemy. It is you and your God. When you want to make an enemy, don't make your children hate this person that you hate. You can advise your children, not to collect anything from people. I tell my children, before you eat anything, come to me and ask me. Don't eat it. Hold on to it. When you come to the car, you tell me, what, but when you're going to tell your child, oh, don't eat the chips from the teacher, her teacher, and the child will come to ask his teacher or her teacher, oh, did you buy this chip? And you're wondering, why is this child asking you if you bought this chip? Hey, it is chip from the church. So that's when you know that the mom or the father must have sown bad seed in this child. Hey, there is a day of reckoning, a day of reward is coming, and it's gonna be bad. So don't mess your children up now. Secondly, you go to a church, you only serve, you serve. You're in sanctuary, or you're in choir, you are in this, you're ministering, you kabosh, you kabash, you do everything in church, and your children, your teenagers, only follow you. Why I am mentioning teenagers? Because teenagers, most of them have gotten to the age of driving. They've gotten to the age of making their own decisions. They're in high school or they're about to go to college. That's why I'm mentioning them. I'm not calling twins a lot. Okay, so teenagers, your teenagers have to be careful. These are children that God has given to you. I did not tell you not to discuss about your hurt, to your husband, but handle that with wisdom. I'm telling you, handle that with wisdom. Your enemy, whoever you must have made your enemy, can never be your children's enemy. Okay? You are soiling your children. You are messing them up. Please, yes. Why would you make enemy in the house of God? Why would you make, if you know you don't like that church, I always say, for the sake of your children, leave that church. I'm telling you, I know there are bad churches. I know there are good churches. If you know that you made a mistake, you went to a bad church and you found out the wrongs, the things that are happening, My sister, instead of you staying there complaining, leave the church. Find another Bible-believing church. Don't watch online and say, oh, other churches. No, things will happen. Even where you are going, it's just for you to close your eyes and serve God. Unless someone is coming to molest or abuse you and your children or your husband, then you can speak up. But some things you see, you close your eyes and keep it going. If you feel like reporting, report and let it go. Yes. So, secondly, is your teenager your teenager has been coming to church with you. Your teenager can play keyboard. Your teenager can play drum. Your teenager can serve in one area or the other, can help out in the house of God. And, you allow your teenager to say, oh, mommy, I don't want to do that in church. But they can play this keyboard at their school or somewhere else, at the club. They pay them. But at church, you are calling it, oh, they're going to use you. I don't want them to use you. I'm telling you, I love it when my children serve in the house of God, because I am indirectly securing their future. I'm telling you, the future is what matters, not now. Okay, if your child or your children have one skill that they can bring into the house of God, hey, my brother, my sister, pastor, minister of God in the house of God, don't shield your child. Bring your child. Maybe your child, your teenager might say, oh, mommy, I don't want to go to choir practice with you because my belly hurts. Yes, a lot of teenagers, because they've started seeing their period, right? They give excuses with, oh, mommy, my period just came out now. They know you're not going to check. They know they have pad. They have all that to take care of themselves. They use period and tell you, I'm having cramps, to stay home. Yes, pay attention to that, especially the girls. They don't want to leave. When you leave, they're on their phone, texting their friend and smiling while they are home. If your child has any skill that your child can bring to church, let your child follow you to church. Even if you are not in choir, be ready to drop that your teenager. Encourage your teenager to serve in the house of God with his or her skill. Yes, this is how you are securing his or her future. Your child is playing this keyboard. When the child grows up, the child will not depart from that thing the child is doing. Don't just soil your child with bad things that happen in church. Bring that good thing that your child is doing at school or somewhere else. Don't let your child play this keyboard or drum at the club and they're paying them, even if it's $1 million. Let your child serve in the house of God and teach your child not to collect money. Because if your church pays your child, okay, from time to time, your church might decide to give your child on a no room, something, because, for their sacrifice. That one is okay. But this one, you're going to put a price tag and say, pay my child because I paid money to train my child. No, don't do that. Yes, don't do that. It is only God that rewards. Your child is building his future or her future from that thing he's doing for the church, for the house of God. I'm telling you, you may not see it now, but the future will tell. So let your child serve in the house of God. Let your child be active teenager while you guys go to church together. When the child leaves home, the child will continue what he or she knows how to do. I'm telling you, you cannot fake it. It is not when your child gets a college to go to. Mommy, I want to go to Connecticut. I want to go to New York for college. And you are scared. No, I don't want you to go, because if you go there, I'm scared you might follow bad group. You might follow bad gang. You will do tattoo. You will pierce your ears. I'm telling you. Most parents know that, yes, they have not built their children, so they are scared when the children want to go to school outside home. I'm not scared. Yes, I'm not saying my children are perfect, but we know what we are instilling in them. So I'm not gonna be scared when my son is gonna turn teenage, in few years. Come see, this is his 11th year, 2 more years. I cannot wait. I always say, cannot wait for you to start driving. They say 14 years old, right? Learner's permit. Oh, let's go there. You understand? So don't be scared. If you know you are sowing good seed in your child, do not be scared. Yes, if you know you are sowing bad seed, you know what you're doing inside of your child. That's when you're going to be scared. Parents, quit from talking nonsense about your church members to your children. Around your children, you are soiling them up. You're messing their head up. You're messing their future. You are destroying them. And you're destroying them. Open their eyes to the good things that happen in church. Open their eyes to the celebration, the laugh in the church. Make them know that church is safe. Don't make them know that church is not safe. Oh, don't let that sister give you food. They might poison you. Wow. The first time I heard this, then I'm like, oh my goodness. Yes. You don't do that. Let me repeat it again. Your enemies, the enemies that you picked for yourself, can never be your children's enemies. You can advise them rightly, but don't tell your children, oh, this person is bad. This person will poison you. When your children remember, my mom said this person will poison me in the house of God. Wow, it's not safe. But my friends cannot poison me. But somebody in the house of God can poison me. What is the point of going to that church with them? Wow, your children are being scared. When they come to church, they are walking like they are falling on eggshells. They don't want to, nobody to touch them. When they see that sister coming to greet them, they shake their head because they think the sister's gonna mess their head up. I'm not gonna say everything today. This is just 2 points that I mentioned. Quit from talking ills that happen in church around your children. Yes. Quit swallowing them, telling them, avoid this person. This person is bad. This auntie is bad. This uncle is bad. They will poison you. Quit from saying that. You're sowing your child's head. Secondly, let your child serve in the house of God. Let your child come to church to clean the sanctuary with you. And when you do it with your whole heart. Don't complain when you come home and say, oh, every time they're messing up the church, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do it. And you're forcing your child. Next Saturday, you're going to force your child. Come on, let's go. Let's go and clean the church. Your child will be like, wow, my mom is a hypocrite. I love American children. They would say it to your face. I like American children. I don't know where you guys at. In Nigeria, we can never say that to our parents because they're going to beat hell out of you. But here, children are free to tell their parents how it is. The ones they know that their parents intimidate them, they may not say anything. They have what they're going to do when they turn 18 inside of them. So make your child to be free to talk to you, okay, without anything, all right? Have a blessed one. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye. See you guys on Saturday. Bye-bye.